Test.
Hello, this is Mike.
Hey, Mike, it's Josh.
Hi, Josh. How are you?
Not too bad. A little hot, but it's a nice day, so I'll take it.
Yeah, where are you?
I'm at Cabrini University, Radnor, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm in Irvine, California.
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah. So
Oh, man.
not too bad here. I used to live in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you probably know, I mean, Accelerators, where the headquarters is in the Philly area.
Yeah.
So I lived there, but moved here a couple years ago. So,
Oh, that's real nice.
yeah.
So I see the agenda on my screen. It's we're going to be going over inspections and
Yes.
okay, that's good because this is something I definitely need to learn. I came on with CSI in February, so
In February, okay.
I was here in February, and then a month later, all this happened. So
Oh, wow. Yeah, so I bet that made things difficult
yeah,
to,
definitely.
to get acclimated.
Definitely. It was definitely a little bit of a quick learning curve. Yeah.
Right. So are you still working out in the field though?
Yep. I have 2 employees, and we are still taking care of everything here at the college and everything.
Okay. Nice.
So
So I take it then that you haven't used the software at all?
no, I haven't had the chance to. I mean, once this happened, everything else kind of went out the window.
Yeah, I imagine.
As you could imagine, people's priorities really changed here.
Yeah, I'm sure. Looks like Christina joined us. I see you're on mute.
Yeah, I see that. And somebody, Jay Garcia.
Right.
I'm here, Jay Garcia.
Okay. Christina, sounds like you joined us as well.
Yep.
Okay, great. And I just have Jay Garcia. What's your first name?
Jorge.
Jorge. Hi, Jorge. Okay, we got
So,
it.
Michael, how long do you think this whole training is going to be?
I'm hoping that it'll just be a half an hour.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay.
We've got 6 that are signed up. Let's see, Felix is joining. So we have maybe 2 more that are supposed to join. So we might wait a couple minutes and then I'll just jump into it. And I know you should be able to see the agenda on the screen.
Yes, I see that.
Okay,
Yes.
Christina, Jorge, okay.
Yep.
All right, and so Christina, have you used the software or the app at all?
I used it before everything happened.
Okay, so some familiarity, but now things have gone cold a little bit.
Right.
Okay, how about you, Jorge?
No, I never used it yet.
Never used it. Okay, this is perfect then. I'm probably will have to repeat this again if a couple others join. But yeah, the purpose of this is just, I guess, I mean, we're just making this interactive. So since everybody's relatively new or brand new to it, this agenda sounds perfect then, is that I'll just overview everything, just show you the basics of the app, and then show you some inspection, how to do an inspection. When you find a deficiency during an inspection, a workflow to how to correct those, and then how you can use what we call recurring work orders. You can set up that as a reminder to do your inspection, or you can just do recurring work orders. So we'll just kind of touch on that. But that should give you a basic idea of the app, how to do inspections, of course, and then do a little bit with work orders.
Oh, okay, great.
Are all of you doing inspections?
I haven't.
No, I
since
haven't had
March.
the opportunity yet.
Oh, sorry. Let's say, yeah, we'll start with Josh. So you have not?
No, yeah.
But
Like I said, I started in February, and then all this happened, and it's just been.
Okay, sorry. And I don't mean just using the app, but in general, do you do inspections as a responsibility of your job?
It is one of the responsibilities, but as of right now, just due to no students being here and the majority of the buildings on campus being closed, it's really, not feasible right now.
Okay, how about you, Christina?
I had been using Smart Inspect for a while,
Okay.
and then we switched to Accord, and I had been using it for maybe a month, maybe 2 months before this happened. And like Josh, we're down to 2 people. And
Yeah, same
they're going
here.
into empty buildings and just disinfecting those empty buildings to make sure that everything's good for whenever we reopen. And then they're just going back around and checking to make sure that people haven't been in there and leaving garbage and stuff like that. So
Okay.
I've been physically going in and inspecting the buildings and letting them know where I'm finding stuff,
Mhm.
but not actually using the inspection software right now.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. That's exactly how I am.
All right. And how about you, Jorge?
Yes, definitely. I've been using electronic device to do inspection, like a tablet and things like that, and a smartphone. I've been using that for a long time.
Are you using Smart Inspector or are you using Accelerator?
Smart.
Smart Inspect. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then sounds like a couple of you are at least familiar with some inspection apps and technology.
Yes.
Okay. And I see that Felix joined, but I'm not sure. Doesn't look like you're having any voice. I'm not sure if you can hear us at all. Just give me 1 sec. I'm going to try and, I don't know, can you see my screen now, everybody?
Yes.
I still see the agenda, yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
I see the agenda. I see the screen with an A on your sir.
Okay. So I'm sending a message to Felix, so it looks like you can't see that. So just give me a minute. All right, so Josh told me that he's only been with the company for a couple months, it sounds like. How about you, Christina?
I started July last year.
July last year, so just about a year. And Jorge?
I'm with the company in February 2014, so about a year.
Yes, over like 6.5 years then. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So I think, Josh, you said you joined February of this year.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, so you're a couple months. Jorge is 6 years and a couple months, and then Christina is just about a year.
It's just unbelievable. This wasn't even on the horizon when I was interviewing, and then all this happened, and I'm like, okay, all right, I'll deal with it.
So the rest of it should be simple then, once this gets under control.
Because I was actually I actually worked for the supply company that supplied CSI, and then I jumped ship to join with CSI.
Oh, nice.
I remember you from the last meeting now.
Is that a good or a bad thing?
No, that's a good thing.
Oh, good.
I remember Penn Valley throwing you under the bus.
Yeah. That's how it goes.
Well, I'm going to get started since, hold on a sec. I'm getting a message from Felix.
How many people was it supposed to be total in this?
We had 6 signed up, but
Oh, okay.
it's kind of common that, you know, when something pops up for you guys, you know, sometimes you can.
Yeah, stuff gets kind of wild. I just got my thermometer in. I don't know if anybody else got their thermometers from CSI.
Not yet.
I got mine, and of course it doesn't work. The batteries were dead when I got it, and I put in new batteries, and it still doesn't work.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, it's totally just my luck or a sign of everything that's already going on.
I think it's happening with everyone because I got mine, or they say that the battery is low, but
Yeah.
when you try a couple of times, it's working.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. You know, I switched out the batteries, and I got it right here on my desk, and it's still not working. But I'm like, it's typical. You guys know.
Yep.
All right. I'm trying to get my phone to pop up here. Just give me another second.
No problem.
I've done this a couple of times in the last few days. I didn't have any issues with it, so I'm not sure what's happening. But
the last meeting was great. That was very informative, you know, especially for me being new. It was really good and, you know, very thorough, I thought.
Okay, good.
Hey, at this point, any training is good. You guys know, I've kind of just been, you know, doing my thing. Nobody checks on me. Nobody, you know, unless there's an issue, nobody's calling.
Nice.
Well, if you need help, Josh, you can contact me.
Oh, thanks. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I think that my app is popping up now.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Okay, great. Well, yeah, so that's good, Josh. You got some help, and then hopefully this will help you along a little bit as well.
Yeah.
So you can see my app, and it says My Work Assignments at the top. Do you see that, everybody?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so it looks like, hopefully this is big enough for you, but so the first thing on the agenda was just kind of give you an overview. So when you open the app, the first thing it's going to do is take you into what's called My Work Assignments. And these are the different locations that are assigned to me where I have pending work. So that could be a work order or that could be an inspection deficiency. I'm just going to back up for a second though, I'm going to go into the settings. So you can download the app and then the first thing you need to do is register. So I know, if Josh, you haven't used it at all, so you would need to come in here and I would give you what's called your credentials. And
I actually was able to set it up for the last meeting. I signed up and everything. So I should be all good. I have it on my phone, so I should be all good.
Makes sense.
Because I was following along with the last meeting. Like, as you were doing it, I was just, you know, on the app clicking through just, you know.
Okay, perfect. But then just as a quick refresher then is if you ever did lose the app, you can come into settings, put in your information just in the top 3 as necessary, and then you would be able to log in.
Oh, good.
So if anybody needs to do that you find that under the settings. You can come out and you can click on dashboards, and the dashboard will show you all the work orders that I have that are open that I haven't viewed yet. And the same thing with my open deficiencies. So I have 16 open work orders and 1 deficiency that I haven't viewed. I can tap into that by clicking on the little circle, and it's going to take me into a list of all the outstanding work orders that I have to do at my various building locations. And the same thing if I were to do deficiencies or any new notes that have come in. And then also you can click on Find a Service Location, and I can just type in a search, and then they should start to pop up. And also, if I go back out, I click on my work assignments. That was the default screen when we came in. So I'm just going to click on one of the buildings, TSG main, and then I'm going to go into there, and you can see that I have one open work order that's outstanding. If I click into that, this is the work order that needs to be done. So that's what the little number represents next to these. If I had any deficiencies, there would be numbers here too. Again, just as an overview, the app does allow you to do, has the ability to do quotes, make new work orders, inspections, which is what we'll do today, inspection deficiencies we'll do today, manage equipment and supplies, and also make notes to clients or internal notes, and have documents that you can review. And of course, navigation to your locations and stuff like that.
Oh,
Any
okay, cool.
Any questions so far?
Nope.
No.
I have one real fast because
Sure.
I've never signed up. Well, I signed up for the app and everything, and I have been getting like emails and alerts for like upcoming inspections, even though I didn't set them up. And I've noticed like there's open stuff in my thing, but I didn't set them up or anything. It was kind of already there after I signed up.
Okay. That might be something we can look at. That could just be somebody else set them up for you, or I'm not exactly sure, but it might be something
Yeah.
that we
I know
can-
that
Mhm.
there was one that was for vehicle inspections.
Yeah,
was
I got
just like
that
a
email
work-
like last week.
Yeah, that's in there. So if you inspected your vehicle, if you open that work order, you can complete it. You just hit complete and put the date and then sign.
Oh, okay.
So this is
Okay.
probably what we'll get into later, which is the recurring work order. Those are probably sent as reminders, it sounds like.
That was the first time they did that.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
that was the first time I got one too.
okay. So it sounds like we're probably just getting into that then.
Mhm.
So that's that's probably what that is. Let's get through recurring work order part, and then maybe that will make sense as to what that was.
Okay.
The next thing on the agenda is to do an inspection. So I'm going to click on the inspections. And then if I click on the inspections tab, this is a list of all the inspections that have been done at this location. And I can click into one of those old inspections and I can see a summary of the areas that I inspected and the scores. I see that there was a slight something going on here at the restroom. So I can click in there and I can see the grading and any comments. And here it looks like something was dirty and then it needed to be vacuumed. And I can click in there and I can see the picture. And so this would have been the deficiency that was created from that inspection. So you can go back and view old inspections if you need to. If the client's asking you or anybody else is asking you, you can see a list of old inspections. When I click on new inspection, now I can create a new inspection. So it's giving me the location, the date. I can choose an inspection type. So I know that you probably do varying inspections. You might do daily, weekly, bi-weekly, quarterly. You can just choose whichever one applies to you. It's not critical. It's more for reporting and filtering. So let's just say I'm going to do a quarterly. I tell them I'm on floor 1. Space, you don't need it. It just in case you wanted to reference. And then let me give you just a quick overview of the inspection areas, what you're seeing here. So what we do is we build a template in the cloud software. And probably your administrator or somebody in CSI is creating a template and then assigning the template to your building. So why I'm telling you that is because this is customizable. So if you see something that's missing, you should let somebody know. I'm supposed to inspect this area, but I don't see it. Can you update the template? Or half of this stuff doesn't apply to me. I never inspected it. Can you get rid of it? You know, something like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's all you need to know for now is that it can change. This is not, strict to, you can make adjustments to all this stuff. And then also, these are the areas that are available for me to inspect, but I'm sure that every time you go into a building, you don't inspect every single area. You might only inspect one area, you might inspect half the areas, but that's what we're doing is we're giving you the ability is, I'm just gonna inspect the refrigerator and the microwave and the restrooms. The rest of the stuff, I'm not gonna inspect it right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
And for
just
the
quickly turn on
space-
what you're, I'm sorry?
For the space, since somebody was talking before about being in a school, for me, the space is, there's different buildings that I'm going to on campus. So I'll always put the name of the building that I'm on because I won't remember where I am, and every building's gonna have those same areas that you're looking at.
Yeah, same here.
Right. So we could just say, you know, Jones Building or something like that,
Right.
or your, let's just say your, you know, cafeteria. I mean, whatever you want, you can just type in there. But you're right. It just gives you kind of a good reference for you to know where you were. Yep. So I'm just going to go ahead and start the inspection, and it's only going to choose those 3 areas. And what this is a very important piece here. So offline mode, we're giving you the option to tell us if you have a data signal or not. Usually it's a good idea to say, yes, I want to work in offline mode if you don't think you're going to have a good data signal. Because what it'll do then is it'll store it on your phone. And then later, when you get a signal, you can then do what's called like a push notification, right? You can then tell the phone, go ahead and upload the information. If you say no, it will just assume and everything will happen in real time. So it'll just automatically update. So I'm just gonna say yes for now. I hope that makes sense. It's not super, super critical, but if you say yes, it'll save it on your phone. And then when you get a data signal, you'll just push it, which you'll see when we complete this. So let's just say I wanted to add an area. I forgot. I only had 3 areas, but you know what? I really need to inspect that conference room. So I can just go back and turn that one on and then resubmit it, and then it adds it to my template. So just so you know, if you only wanted 3 areas or multiple, you know, whatever, but you wanted to add one, you can go ahead and add it, okay?
You can't take any away though, right?
You can't take any away, but you could just not inspect them. But it would probably affect the report. But unfortunately, you can't take them away, I don't think. No. No, so.
What I had done before, because I had places that I thought I had inspected, and then when I got back to my office, I was like, oh no, I forgot one. And I sent Bob an email, and he went in and he took it out. So that's why I was asking. I didn't know you could even add.
Yeah, you can add them. Unfortunately, like you said, you can't take them out on the app, but I believe, like you just said, we could manually do it. Okay, so, but let's assume that now we're inside the building and we're inside one of these areas. You know, we go into the conference room and we have something called a grading, and the grading is also customizable as well. So just to make it very simple for this example, I just created no problems and then a couple deficiencies. So I think most of the time our employees do a very good job. So I'm just going to apply no problems to all these because I'm assuming everything's cool. And then as I walk through, if I see anything at any of these different spots that I'm going to inspect, I can just pop into them and I can say, oh, you know what, there is a problem here. A correction's required, or again, that's customizable. So whatever it says for you. And then we say, just as an example, there are stains, it needs to be deep cleaned. I can take a picture. Let's see what this is. And so now my comments are in there, stains needs deep clean, there's the picture. I can click submit and there are those changes. And then let's just say I check everything else is good. I just go back And then now I see there was a slight change to the score, 98.33, because of that deficiency. But now I go on to the next area. I go into the microwave. I can apply the grade. I check it, everything's good. I go back. I move to the refrigerator. I apply the grade. Let's just say, you know, this is dusty. Needs to be cleaned. Same thing. Just taking random pictures here. Okay, I have a picture. I've got the comments, and then I continue on. I'm just gonna say that everything's good in the restroom so we can complete this. So now when I look at an overall, I've got several hundreds on here. Oh, you know what? I made a mistake, and that's actually a good thing that I caught it. So my score I can see is 100, but I know I had a deficiency. What do you think happened? I didn't change the grade.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to be careful. So I should put this as, let me put immediate correction required. Now I submit
And
the
also
Sorry.
on that page, if you go back to that page for a second,
Sure. Mm-hmm.
on that middle section, it says use comment list. You can actually choose things that are already there.
Yeah.
Well, normally.
Yes, and I don't have any in there because I just didn't put any in.
But it'll
you can
say
have,
dusty spots, fingerprints. It says different things on mine.
yeah, thanks for pointing that out because I did just kind of skip over it. Sorry. But it's predefined comments just to speed things up. Like if you say, as you were mentioning, Christina, the same thing over and over is that, you know, dusty needs to be cleaned, spots need to be vacuumed or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can put them in a comment list and then you just tap on that and you don't have to type it out every time. So that's a great point. Thank you.
Yeah.
So when I come back, you know, now I can see that my scores were affected. Everything looks good as far as the inspection looks completed. So now all I do is where it says inspection completed, I just toggle on. I'm sure you can see this moving. I toggle it on.
Yeah.
And then because I was offline, it says a data connection is required. Are you good to go? Yes. I click OK. And then now we give you the option to have two signatures. They say employee signature and customer signature. It just really depends on whatever processes you want to use. So you don't have to get a signature. If you want to get a signature, you can. We're just giving you the option, okay? So if you want to get a option or get a signature, then people will sign on here.
And that's what they really look like. They're hideous.
Yeah, because you just, you know, you're just obviously using a finger on there, but for now, that's what we're doing. As technology moves forward, it's going to be more like, you know, taking somebody's picture and stuff like that. So we'll see how that flies. But for now, we're capturing these hideous signatures. So it says, are you done with the inspection? I say yes. So you can see, of course, the wheels, the brain is thinking because it's moving those pictures and moving those comments back to the cloud. And then all that data that we just captured, you can find it in the cloud. If you ever need to refer to it, you can also find it on your phone by, I click in and here's the inspection that I just did. Let me go in, take a look. You know, here's the inspections that I just did. And here's the deficiencies that I found. Any questions on the inspection?
No, I don't think so.
Think you're
Not
good?
right now.
Okay. Yeah, once you do one or two, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Just keep in mind, you can change those templates around and you're good to go. But now if you notice, inspection deficiencies, now it says 2. I had 0. But because I'm assigned to the building to receive the deficiencies, I got the deficiencies. So now if I click on deficiencies, and it shows me that the 2 that I had created from that inspection. So it's just telling me the basics of what we filled out, the spot that we found the deficiency, the comments with the picture, and then here's the other one. stains need to be cleaned with the picture. So right now it's really an informational tool for your cleaners or whoever you want. It could be you, whoever you want to receive this. So you're saying, I found something, here's a comment and here's a picture of it. That's the extent of what we're doing now. Some of the other people I was training, it sounds like it's going to be valuable because they have to go physically track somebody down and then they just tell them about it. And then they don't go back and check it until the next time they do their inspection. But you're just telling somebody, and sometimes things get lost in translation, for lack of a better term, But at least with this, you can specifically show them what it was and tell them what needs to be done. So once we've corrected these, or these have been corrected, and we want to close them, same thing, we toggle this button that says close multiple deficiencies. And when I'm done with it, I just tap on it and it closes it. Tap on the next one and it closes that one. And now it says you don't have any more deficiencies left. And now they're gone. Make sense?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, great. All right. So that was kind of how the workflow for deficiency works and how to close those deficiencies out. So the next thing I had was recurring work orders. So I'm going to share my screen again. And then I think you can now see my mouse moving over some drop-down boxes.
Yes.
Okay, good. So this is what the cloud looks like. And I have access to everything. You probably wouldn't see all this stuff. So mine has it's very full and it's kind of cluttery looking because I just have everything turned on. But what we're going to focus on just for the remainder of this training is this recurring work orders. So under the work orders tab, recurring work orders, I was just going to show you how to set up those reminders in case that was helpful for you.
Michael, before you go there,
sure.
You might want to show them the quality control section, because I find that to be very valuable when you're looking for the average, because in my building, if you get lower than an 83, that's bad. So it gives you the percentage overall for the areas that you're cleaning, because as you're cleaning each thing, you're getting 100% on your refrigerator and your microwave, and it's an average of all of those.
Yes, good point. So perfect. Yeah, so I'll show you the quality control tab. Under there is inspections, and then you can look at inspections, you can look at the deficiencies, the history of your inspections, and you can actually run multiple types of reports too. So I'll just go under inspections, and I can look at, this is the one that I just did today. So I could actually see the GPS location of where the person was when they inspected. So this is where I live because I'm at home. So that's, it geolocated me there. And of course I can see the inspection here, and I see those signatures as well. And if I go over to the inspection deficiencies, here's a list of all the deficiencies that I found as well. So you can filter all of this too. So let's just say I wanted to filter by that location. So I'm just going to go to the TSG main. And then I also want to focus on a particular date. And let's just say they're all the ones that were done this week. So now here's the deficiencies that were created this week. And then I can kick these out to a spreadsheet or a PDF document. I can run a report on these. So, I mean, again, I'm just kind of showing you could use this in multiple different ways, but maybe you have a particular employee that's been having a lot of difficulties with deficiencies. you run this report and then you show them, hey, look, here's all the deficiencies you've had. What do we need to do to get you, trained up here, or however you would want to use that, or you've only had 5 deficiencies, but you did like 1,000 jobs, so great job. I mean, you can use it in many different ways. And then also you can see inspection history. So these are all the inspections that have been done as well. And then here's the score, I think, that you were talking about, Christina, is that, again, this is a test database, guys, so sorry, some of this data looks kind of not so good, but let's just assume that, you got all your scoring here, but you might be looking for that 83, as Christina mentioned, to make sure you didn't have any. And if you found some, then again, you can use that information however it's necessary for you, cross-training or whatever it may be. Any questions on that?
No.
Okay. Some of these reports are automated as well, but if you did want to come in here and then run any reports, you might want to come in and play around with that a little bit just to kind of get an idea. But you can run all kinds of reports that might be helpful, just to kind of see what type of data is going on with your inspections. Okay, so if there's no more questions on that, I'll go over to the recurring work orders. All right, so when I tap on the recurring work orders, it's just going to take me right into a new work order screen. So what I've been showing is just keeping it real simple, is that I want a reminder that I'm going to do a weekly inspection. So I just type that as a description. I say it's going to be for this TSG. I'm just going to put me under the contact name, but if you want, you could choose a contact name. Choose the salesperson, possibly that's you. I can give a more detailed description if I want as well. There's a couple things that are required. Just keep in mind this is a work order, so it's asking for some type of service, but we're just going to type in inspection, and I believe that CSI service will have this as well. So I'm just going to kind of go fast through this. Hopefully it makes sense. If not, we can do another training just on work order specifically. But anyway, there's a quantity and a rate. So that's if you were going to be pricing out this. But of course, this is an inspection, so we don't need to worry about the price. So we're just going to put quantity 1, rate of 0, because there's no need to charge anything. And then the rest of this also applies to pricing and stuff, so we can just ignore that as well. But for the schedule, I said I was going to do it weekly, so I maybe want to click all the weeks that are potentially in a month. Or I can just say, I'm only really going to do it on the 2nd and the 4th week. And I'm only going to do it on Monday. But if I was going to do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I just check these boxes. So you just pick what you need. And then I'm only going to, actually, I'm going to do it quarterly instead. So I'm only going to pick, every other month or something like that. And I'm going to start this on the 1st of June. That's the first time I'm going to set this inspection reminder. And one more cool thing is that I can, of course, assign this to whoever. If I want to send it as a reminder to me, but I might have a subcontractor who I want them to do their inspection, but I don't trust that they're going to remember, so I'm going to send them a reminder. I mean, again, I'm just giving you hypotheticals, So in this case, I'm going to send it to me, and of course, I'm going to keep it active. If I ever wanted to turn this off, I can just come in and then click the active button and uncheck it, and then it will stop the reminder. If I wanted to start the reminder again, then I can just click active. And then I just click OK, and I get a little notification. We will create your recurring work orders 4 days before the due date. So what it's telling me is that I picked June 1st, but 4 days before that is when I'm going to get the reminder. So we don't get it on that day. It's kind of telling us in advance because of the nature of what we do, of course. Often you kind of want to know your schedule a couple days before you got to do it. So anyway, we click OK, and then that's it. It saved it. So then now I go into work orders, recurring work orders, and then I can see all the ones that I've set up. So I don't want to get too much into work orders, but there's obviously a lot that you could set up here if you wanted to, remind yourself to do a weekly cleaning or a monthly, deep cleaning or strip and wax or whatever it may be. But we could take that up in another training. But unfortunately, we've only got like a minute or two left. So I think we've got through everything. But did you have any questions? Did you want any clarification?
I don't think I have any questions right now.
Okay. Okay.
No, I'm good.
Okay, great. Did you think you see some value in this, hopefully?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It seems very easy and user-friendly and,
Okay, great.
pretty straightforward.
Nice.
Especially for me being new, anything helps if it's straightforward.
Yeah. Well, just the last thing I'll show you is because I remember that came into my email. So this is what the email reminder looks like and the deficiency looks like. So you can send this to yourself or whoever, and they'll get an email that tells them, we did an inspection and this is what we found. Here's the comments. Here's the picture. So they have a list of what they need to go correct. So that might be handy for you rather than you having to I don't know how you do it, print it in the office and take it to them or chase them down the street or whatever. You can just say, you guys need to check your email every day because you might be getting deficiencies